This is the position from one of my games, and I was playing here white pieces. So there is only one move for white which is the strongest. Other moves are not bad, but I want you to find the strongest move for white. If you want, you can stop the video now. Okay, so here is the solution. White takes at c5. When queen takes knight, now rook takes. Stronger for black is to take the rook. Now if white wants to capture the queen, what is also the best move? So white loses the queen, but wins the bishop. So after this exchange, white's position is much better. 3 pieces and the rook against 2 rooks. Let's take a look at another position from the same game. So it's very important here not to make a blunder. You can think about the position if you want and stop the video now. Okay, before I tell you the correct move here, I'd like to talk about the position, because it seems dangerous to take this bishop here, because then the knight comes here and forks rook and queen. So taking this hanging bishop seems much safer, but actually it's a blunder. Then the queen comes here, and it's now very easy for him to make checkmate here. So in this position you should take this bishop. Now it's of course fork. Black wins the rook. Now it's safe to take here. And now the best move is very strange one, because it's here. Actually it's exchanging knights. It isn't any kind of sacrifice, because black takes and white takes, and white's position is a little better. Another interesting position from one of my games. It's very early stage of the game, it's only 9th move, but I was unable to see the winning move here, and in the result the game went on, and finally I lost on time. But this position is 1 for black. Think about the situation. If you want, you can stop the video now. So here we have a forced checkmate in 3. So now it's check, white defends, check, and checkmate. Okay, in this position black has a small advantage, and I want you to find the best move for black to keep the advantage. If you want, you can stop the video now. So the strongest move for black here is this. Another very interesting position from one of my games. I played here as white, and I was unable to find the best move here, and in the result I lost the game on time. So if you want, you can think about the move and stop the video now. Okay, so here was a nice tactical trick. Check, sacrificing the rook, black takes, and white wins the queen. Now it's very interesting position, because it's black move, and if he plays here, which is the best move, it is possible to checkmate him in 7 moves. But if he plays anything else, then it's checkmate in 1. Rook b8 is threatening checkmate. This is another interesting situation from one of my games. I played here as white, and white has here an advantage, but is unfortunately in check. So think about this position for a moment. If you want, you can stop the video now. Okay, so here moving to safety is a bad idea. A good idea is to answer to the check with check. So now black has to take, and white captures back the queen, and white has material advantage and white is better. And now it's black's move, and the position is mainly equal. White has a little advantage, and now it's black's move, and in this game black made a blunder. Obviously the position isn't easy, and this position was too much for black's player, so I suggest you that you think about the position and stop the video now. So here the best move is bishop f6. I mean, it remains the same situation. The position doesn't deteriorate or doesn't improve. If black plays a very natural move here, taking this pawn, which is hanging, it's a blunder, of course, because now it's actually quite complicated. It's quite a long variation here, so let's see it. Okay, and note that taking this pawn here with the king leads to equal game, so white cannot make this blunder and has to play like this. And this gives white the advantage. And now white has advantage whilst white is much better. And now it's the same game again. If you want, you can think about this position and stop the video now. It's not so complicated as it may look. So black simply needs to play check, taking the rook. Now white wins the queen, but black wins the bishop. So after this, of course, white is a little better, but it was actually the only way to keep black in the game. And here is another position from the same game. As you can see, white was unable to keep his advantage and again made a blunder. So now it is a chance for black, and he decided to check him. So now it is white's move, and be sure not to make a blunder here. You can stop the video if you want now. Okay, so in this position there are only 3 legal moves, and the worst of them is queen takes at c2. It's a blunder. King e2, this leads to equal game, and the best move is king d1. I will not give the explanation because now the position is quite complicated, but according to the computer analysis, white is better. And one more position from the same game, and as you can see now, black has slight advantage. But what to do now? You can think as long as you wish and stop the video now. So what to do? Knight at f2 is a blunder. rook at b2 check also is a blunder. So the only good move here is rook at a3. It's the only chance for black to keep the advantage. Everything else gives advantage to white.